Welcome back, guys. I have a public service announcement for you ladies out there. If you're going to buy Kleenex for your man's bedside table, this is the box you get. Not only does it promise to be easy to store, and it's 200 eggs in a box, but check this out. This'll keep your man honest. There's not only a girth measure, also a length measure on here. Not sure why you need that on a box of Kleenex, but also, Amazon Santa just showed up at the door. I'm going to be giving this thing a whirl. It's a sub $100 little cordless ratchet wrench. So, obviously, just arrived, so, ooh, nice box too. So it's going to need to be charged before we can try it, really, but we'll give this thing a whirl and see what it's like. Always on the lookout for an inexpensive but good tool. I know you've got everybody saying Milwaukee's the way to go, you'll never buy another tool. I get that, but my budget's just not that big yet. And it's red. I mean, it's hefty. She comes with a few sockets, which I don't think I'll be touching. Charger and 2 batteries, which is nice. You can have one on the go while the other one's on the charger. So we'll get this thing charged up and we'll try it later in the video. We've also got a table set up now so we can lay out our parts in order of disassembly from this end to this end, so we don't get lost when we're putting this thing back together. And here she is in all her glory. Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you here. So it's the point again, we got to drain the oil out of this thing. So call it 17 millimeter. And we'll see if we can see what it looks like as it's draining. We might not be able to tell much, but remember, this oil's only been in there for a short while. I took the old oil out because it was way overfilled and half antifreeze, so let's see what she looks like after a few minutes of running. Ooh. Well, pretty dark considering, but not really. She's pretty thin right now because the engine's hot. My drain pan's burping. Yeah, sorry, we got to give it a little time to swallow here. That looks okay. It's probably went and flushed this out pretty nicely. Yeah, it looks alright. A little golden looking still. At least we did an engine flush, hey? At the same time. Blech. Okay. Our next little bit of work we got to do is drain the antifreeze out of this thing. So right here on the passenger side of the rad is a little nipple you could attach a hose to if you want to be clean about it. And right here, right here there's a little hand valve. You open this and then it allows fluid out of this little nipple. So we're just going to go ahead and put a big drain pan underneath here, and that'll work just fine. So it's actually easier to see from up top here, and probably get to from up top too. Here's that nipple we just looked at down below. And here's the valve to open it. So is she gonna want to open? By hand? Maybe. Let's try it. No, can't even reach it. Pliers. There you go. That's better. Oh well, that works too. That little nipple seems to be blocked. That's alright, she's going. Just correct this so it should go faster. Oh, too fast. Well, we'll just let that pee for a while, and when she's empty, then we can start dismantling it. Alright, we can put this oil drain plug back in now. This guy magnetic? I don't know if it's magnetic. Doesn't seem to be. And we'll pull this wonderful Fram out of here too and have a look at him. Maybe we can dump him upside down and see if there's any sparkles coming from the interior of it. I don't really want to cut him open. It's done that before and it's messy. Yeah, this thing's slimy. Oh, she's moving. Why isn't it coming off? You little... There we go. Finally. Good Lord. Okay, let's see what we see here. Okay, well, nothing really super alarming in here. Nothing that sparkles. No big metal chunks or anything. I don't know. Without cutting the darn thing open, which honestly I'm not really into right now. It's real messy. We'll just pretend it's all good and we'll carry on. Alright, we're gonna get started with the upper rad hose, get that out of our way first. And we might as well get this overflow bottle out of here, just to give ourselves a little more room. Oh, a little fluid in there. Whoops. Alright, to get this bracket out of here, we got a 10 on one end and 12 on the other. This just swivels up and out of the way. And now we see our first belt that we got to take off. There's a tensioner right here for it. There's a bolt you got to loosen here, and then you can run the tensioner. I'm going to quickly spray a little WD-40 on there. And we'll get some on the next one too. So first you loosen the 12mm nut that locks it in place. And then we should be able to back off the adjuster. Yep. There we go. belt number 1. And the next one's same idea. Down here we've got the locking nut, and then up here on the back is the adjuster. Well, change of plans. We're going to take out the fans first, give ourselves more room. It's silly fighting it. Believe we're just going to take the 10s out the top and then undo the electrical connectors. There we go. The one on this side has a little clip here. That's for the hose down there for the automatic transmission cooler line. So you just got to unclip that. Now we can loosen the adjuster. Extension required. There we go. And there's the air conditioning belt. Now we've got a bunch of room at the front of the engine here. So I think what I want to do next is probably get the power steering bracket out of our way. Get that off that side, and then we'll take out the alternator, AC unit, and we'll lay that over on this side. And also we can do these, the throttle linkage here. It's just this one bracket, and then unhook it from the throttle body, and then the throttle cables will be out of the way. Actually, that might be a good place to start. Just a couple of 10 mils on here. You know, it seems like such a pain to put these bolts back in their places, but it's time you save later on looking for the right bolts, trust me. Alright, once you got slack with the bracket off, these cables just easily loop up and pull out. There's slots for the cables to come out. And there we go. Those are clear. Guess while we're over here, let's get this electrical connecting out of here for the alternator. Oh, she's tight. But why? Should just pop right out. Why is it being a bugger? There we go. Why is it not coming out of there? Definitely should just come right out. There we go. Yeah, it definitely just has one little tab to release it. I don't know why it was so sticky. We also got a rusty pin in here we're going to want to clean up when we put it back together. Disconnect the AC line, electrical line that is. Now, there is a nut on the back on a bracket here, so we're going to unscrew this. Don't let that fall down there, you'll never get it back. Alright. There we go. 12mm on here gets this bracket out of our way. Boy, we really need to get that ratchet fired up. The electric one we just got, I mean. And that's the 1 tensioner bracket out of the way. I guess probably the power steering would make sense next. I think we can take these brackets off here. That'll give us enough room to let these lines move, and we can flop this thing over on the side here. So it looks like we got a 10 and a 12. Sorry, 10 on the bracket, 12 on the pump I meant. And here's where we've got the 3 12s. So, careful with these. The one on the left is shorter. Now this is going to be a fun one. And I get it like that. Oh boy. We're going to want a wobble extension or something on there. What the heck? Loose? It sure is. Why is that loose? Huh. Okay, now this whole thing can get put to the side. Just like that. Huh, got a wire missing here. See that? She's brittle. Not sure if that, not sure where that goes actually. I'm gonna have to check that out. There's a connector on the bottom of the power steering pump, but I don't remember a connection being on that. I'll have to look up that later and I'll get back to us on that one. I'll bleep it up here. Let's just get these out of the way. Again, always twist on ignition leads. Don't just pull straight on them or they'll probably come out of the connector. Alright, next, AC time. That's not supposed to be like that. This one bolt's not even attached here. So that might be the way to go and take this off. Normally I think you got to take this whole bracket off. Let's go ahead and take the bracket off. It's less bolts anyways. Oh my. There we go. Got a couple of tough ones in the back there. We could take the intake off. That might be a better idea actually. So we can get to those easier. We need to take them off anyways, right? Okay. It's been a few years since I did one of these, so it's gonna be a little bit of jumping around. All right. Line off for the vacuum boost. Tuck him back there. And then this one line just has a clamp. The other ones have screw clamps. So. You gotta get those clamps open up far enough to get it past the barb fitting part. Otherwise you're not gonna get the lines off. Okay, here we go. Quick mark on here. Just so I don't have to guess which one went where. And we're probably gonna get sprayed. Not too bad. Okay, that's fuel gone. This one's actually easy to get to. Now I'm just curious if I can get it. Oh yeah, with a wobble socket, or universal I mean, you can get in there. Of course you need something that's not a shitty impact. Okay. That's the AC. Let's just see if we can get him to sit out of our way over here. I think so. So at this point we've got, right, a couple of coolant lines back there that we need to undo. There's a coolant crossover pipe here across the engine, and we need to connect the electrical connectors back here. Yeah, and she's starting to look pretty good. On this side we've got this vacuum signal here for the cruise control. And then we've got the main engine harnesses here. Just a click and push. They're color coded, so we're not going to be able to screw that up later. Got a little connection here for ground. Okay, yep, and then over on the other side we've got the coolant lines to deal with. These ones might be a little difficult to see. There's one right here, and then the other one's just beside it, down in here. I'll get those off, and then we will be free of those guys. Okay. Those are off. Okay, so up top now, we've just got this dog bone bolt to take out. And then I believe we're looking pretty good here. I think after that, we've got to go down below, get the lower rad hose off, and undo the two engine mounts, and then the exhaust where it bolts to the engine. And then I think we're clear. And if we're not, we'll find out pretty quick. There's a washer on here, so don't lose it. Okay, we'll start with the radiator hose. A little bit of wetness still. Okay, and then next is the exhaust. 14, that is. Then these are bigger. Yeah. Okay. Well, get the two fronts off. What are the other ones? 17 maybe? Oh. Longer extension. long, right? Yep. Yeah. A lift one day will be nice. I actually don't think these are the right nuts. I think somebody put these on. I don't recall there being two different sizes. Could be wrong. One, two, three, four, five, six. Good. There we are. Can we get to the engine mount right away from here? Yeah. One. And I've got one more here. I don't know if you guys can be able to see it or not. I'll see if I can take you in. Right here in these channels. There we go. What's your problem? Oh. Of course. Why would it go smooth? There's no reason for it to. Well, what in the world? Is it not at 14 on this side? Can't be. What do we got going on here? Let's try something else. 15 on this side. What in the world? Why? Can't trust nobody. Oh, got it. Finally. Also, the boot on the steering is ripped. Great. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, that's it for underneath for now. Alright, so next we have a couple other things, and one thing I forgot. This is an automatic, so we need to pull the throttle body off and get in here because there is a rubber cover here right there that we have to pop off, and that allows us access to get the 4 little bolts out of the flex plate for the that mates the transmission to the engine. So we got to take those out, and we have to rotate the engine 4 times to do it to get access to the nuts. Then on this side there's one bolt here behind this bracket. You can see one right there. There's one further down there at the bottom. And we have one more. Probably not going to be able to show you. Right at the very, very bottom down there, there's a nut. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you guys even. So there's 4 on this side. And then over on this side, we need to, we need to pop the starter off. There's a nut on the bottom and then a bolt at the top. That's one of the bolts that holds this together. And then there should be another 3 below, same as the other side. These ones are going to be fun to get to, I can tell already. Oh boy. Good times. Yeah, these ones will be fun. Now, once we get the starter out of the way, though, we should have a little more room in there. Let's start with the easy side, shall we? Actually, let's get the flex plate off first. That'll probably be easy. One of the easier things to do, actually. And our new toy's charged, so we're gonna give him a whirl. We got a light. That's kind of handy. It's got a manual function. Well, it's definitely nice for tight spaces. All right. This guy's got a couple coolant lines at the bottom that have to come off. There's one, and the other one is over here. Vacuum line up here. Why are you not playing nice? There we go. Make it easier to get that line off there. All right, we're gonna want to go ahead and clean this anyways. Pretty mucky. So there's that cover we got to remove. Just got a 22 mil on the front of the crankshaft bolt. Now I'm gonna rotate that clockwise. Oh, look at that. There's our first bolt. Right there. So we're gonna need to get a 12 on that. Will the socket fit now? Yeah. Oh. You know what? I think we're better off with maybe with a wrench on there? Possibly. Let's see what that does. So to get to those bolts on the flex plate that we were looking at, I don't have very good access. And I don't want to round one of those off or we're gonna have a very bad day. So we're gonna take this intake off, and that should give us a straight shot at the bolts in there and the flex. So that's what I'm gonna do. This got to come off anyways to get access in there afterwards. What are we looking at? 12s? Well, come on. So weak, this thing. Alright, do it by hand. Oh my god, maybe it's not weak. Oh, wow. Jesus, that's tight. Good Lord, why? There we go. Whoa. Hey, settle down. That's those 4. One more here. Get out old Zippy. Okay, that's the 4 main bolts. So, I believe there's a bunch of other things we gotta disconnect still. Yeah. So there's a bracket back here with the wiring harness attached, so we'll zip that off of it. Okay, and the reason I want to take that off is just to get to the back of these connectors here on the wiring, because they're a little bit tricky to get off here. You can see the little tabs here. They're hard to get to from underneath. I guess if you do this enough, you wouldn't need to take this bracket off. You could probably know exactly what to do, but these just push down, and then these connectors slide off of here, like so. Once you get them loose, they'll slide right off this bracket and go with the intake, because we actually need this bracket on here, because this here is our lifting point for the engine right here. So we've got to reattach the bracket, because we're going to need that. There we go. Okay, so we've got another line to unhook over here. Okay, squat her over there. Oh yeah, there's one connector down here. Oh, and one more here for the knock sensor. these two at the front. Oh, I forgot one on the bottom on the coolant crossover pipe. And there we go. She's looking pretty naked now. And now we have a straight shot into these bolts. So that's good. There we go. I knew we could do it, guys. Bazinga! She's out. Woohoo! I just gotta do that 3 more times. It's actually much better lighting and accessing here without the intake anyways. So I'm kind of glad we did that. And the last one. Yeah, it should be all 4. Oh yeah, she's spinning freely already. Okay, Subaru fans, let's see if we can't get some of these 14mm bolts out of here. Divorce this transmission finally. How tight these are going to be? It shouldn't be too bad. Oh, yeah. Woo! Bolt number 1. I just created a little diagram of the bolts since they're different lengths, just so we can keep track. 1 down of 8, and maybe a bonus nut. Oh, well, that one's loose. I'm starting to think somebody had this engine out already once. Plus also we just, yeah, we're gonna need, that hose is hard as plastic and broken off from here. Yeah. Well, that's par for the course, I suppose. You know, I do see a multi-layer gasket on here on the heads. I wonder if somebody's done these head gaskets. It doesn't look like it was very recently, but I wonder if they didn't do it right, or skipped a step, or didn't clean well enough, or something. Why else are they leaking again? Or the heads are warped, they didn't bother machining them flat. The blocks are pretty bulletproof. I've never seen a warp one of those. And actually, of all the heads I've checked, the 5 I've done, nothing's been warped. Yeah, it's number 2. Come on, baby. Oh. I think she came loose. Yep. 3. Okay, well, this one's apparently a bear to get to. It's a nut. I think I want it. Oh, yeah! This one came with a bonus. A little bracket. Must have held a hose or something down there. There you go, little buddy. Okay, well, that's the easy side. Alright, we got a lot still going on this side here, so I think I'm going to pull this bracket out of our way, disconnect the starter electrically so that once we get the bottom nut on the starter off and the top bolt out, we can take the whole starter out of the way and lay it aside. Then we can probably have better access to the lower bolts. Okay, bye-bye. So the trigger wire, the starter is just a black pull-off connector. I'll stick that up there, and then it's a 12mm nut on the electrical. There we go. Okay, the hot wire for the starter. Out of the way. I'm wondering if we can get an extension on the back of that. Did we not already have one out here? Yeah, we sure did. Okay. On the wobbler. Why are they so hard to see when they're on the wobble socket? Can we get this in there? I don't know. Bolt's there, so where's the nut? Down here? Oh, it's not too hard to get to. I wonder if we can't just do it with a wrench on that. Well, there she is. At least gonna be able to give it a good smack. Schmackaroony. Oh, we might have got it. Yeah, we did. Oh, awesome. Okay. Now we need the top one to cooperate. Let's smack him around too. That worked pretty good. Starter already wants to fall out. Oh, yeah. There we go. And that one also did the ground strap, so we don't want to forget that later. One starter. Okay, we got one bolt right beside the starter, one beneath him, and then I'm guessing another nut down below. Yeah. All right. Let's just get in there. Okay. yeah. Okay, another one out. Oh my. Okay, well, there's not a lot of room. Guess we'll just try smacking it with the hammer. Actually, where's that pipe? If it worked once. Maybe? Oh, come on. Oh, yes. Try to wipe the grease off this. Can't even get a grip on it. Of course, all the leaking stuff and grease and everything over the years, that's where that goes. Or maybe not. Oh my God, got it. Drop it. Oh. Got it at its washers. All right, guys. I'm under the car now. Having a look, and yep, there is one more nut, and it's right there. So, boy, it's gonna be a fun one. I'm not sure how close I'm gonna be able to get you guys in here. It's she's messy under here. Maybe not. Probably not. I'm gonna see if I can get this wobble socket on it. Maybe. Was that a crackle? Come on. Come out. Oh, I think it cracked. Oh. Oh. That fell off an hour or what? No, it's out. We got it. Oh my God. Let's get out from under here. Okay. Well, that's it. The bolts are all out. We should be divorced from the transmission. Next step, I need to run out to the shed in the back and roll the cherry picker in here. And then we'll try giving her a little tug, see if she'll separate. Otherwise we'll have to rock it back and forth probably to get it to come free, and then should be ready to hoist it out of here. So bear with me for a minute. I'll go drag the cherry picker out of the shed and I'll be back. Okay, she's in. Also, I don't know if this is just a Canadian problem or not, but stepped in a pile of bear shit on the backyard. Okay. Don't smash the headlight. She still got it. we're going to have to stand it out to the outward position, I guess. Go gadget arm. Okay, now we're going to want to attach this to the engine. Move this bracket out of the way. Okay. Here probably be a good one. Okay. Seems okay. All right. All right. Well, she's hooked up. Now we just gotta do some finagling and rocking and see if we can get it to break loose. If it's been out once, it might not be too bad. Oh, look at that. We already have a split. Ha ha! On one side. This side's got probably a dowel that's being a pain. There she goes. I think we just got to go a little higher and get off the engine mount and we'll be good. That's good. She's coming. We're We're just hooked on those 2 bolts now. Oh, I'll drop it a little bit. See if that'll help. Alright guys, I've gone ahead and mounted our engine to the stand here. Hoping the legs will fit between here. Otherwise, this might get kind of fun. Let's see. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Howdy. Might not want to let little monkey down. There's some antifreeze down there. What do you think, Zoe? It's out! It's out! What do you think?
Looks good.
Looks good?
There's some soup on the stove, so I'm gonna go for a walk. We'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Alright, there we have it, guys. One engine ready to play with. Got some cleanup to do. Antifreeze spill. Don't want the dog getting into it, so I'm gonna clean up a little bit here and come back. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. It was very frustrating experience, but also very rewarding to get this thing yanked out so we can put it on the stand here and tear into it. I've gone ahead and ordered a Felpro gasket kit for it, and also a Gates timing belt kit as well. So we should have most of the parts we're going to need. We might run into some other things. The main seal at the back looks a little bit wet, so I might change that as well. Again, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you guys. And yeah, consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the episode. Thanks very much and catch you next time. All right, we can put this oil filter, oil. All right, we can put this oil drain plug back in now. There's a nice fly. There's a fly. Oh my God! And a Gates timing chain kit as well. So, not chain.